Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Artistic Biker Live. Hello, peoples! Hey, last time on the Artistic Biker we were making a journal. And it's finished now. I'm going to walk you through the journal. We're going to do a quick tour of the new journal, and then we're going to do the first page of the journal tonight. So I thought you guys might want to take a look at it. You can compare it to the one we made over the summer. Compare and contrast if I can find the damn thing. I had it right here. Ah! Organization. That's just not our style. Can you hear the dogs? I love me some dogs, right? I'm going to shut that door. Shut it! They were barking at me. They were barking at me because I went, ah! Hi, Kia Gillian. Alright, so let me just show you the I know that's exciting watching me yell at the dogs. I'll show you. This was the summer journal. We're still not finished with the summer journal. We still have pages in the summer journal. The last thing we did was the Burt Reynolds page. But we still have a few pages left in the summer journal. I think I'm going to save it for more of a travel journal. So like if I go anywhere and I end up being out of town on a Thursday night, I'll just take this one with me and we'll use it. So, but it was made out of file folders, and we used a stapler to staple the file folder signatures together, and then we used mixed media paper to sew them together, to tie them together, and then we glued it all into a backboard and covered it with sketch paper. Well, we kind of did the same thing with this one, except we used grocery sacks. And we're just going to do a brief tour, because you can watch the last two episodes and watch how we made it. It's a couple hour long process, mostly because you got to let glue dry. But we opened the grocery sacks up, we sewed them together, we stitched them. Let's see, can I even show you a stitch? I can't show you a stitch. Yeah, I can. Here we go. You can see it's stitched. I think it turned out really nice. You can, you don't have to use grocery sacks. You can use good paper. You can use quality paper. That's, again, just not my style. I like the edges ripped and deckled. You can use a razor and trim your edges up, or a paper cutter and trim your edges up. Hey, Terry. There's lots of different things you can do with this. This is just a fun, quick way for me to make a journal, to get stuff going for me. And you can see I put one of my playing card business cards on there. People ask me, do you have a card? Yeah, right there. So I put one of my playing card business cards on there, just like I did on the summer journal. And then this was a drawing of a hand that I did in a workshop over the summer. I've got another workshop coming up. I'm going to go. No, I'm not teaching the workshop. These are workshops that I'm attending. I'm attending a head drawing workshop. I think it's the first weekend of October. So that is the tour of the sketch of the new journal. The only thing that we didn't do on the videos, I coated the exterior of the journal with some matte decoupage to kind of protect the paper, to keep the paper, if something spills on it. I don't want it getting wet and shredding, so I kind of put the matte finish decoupage on it, and it's not very matte. I mean, that's pretty shiny for matte, but still. And then the other thing I like to do is, between the signatures, this is put together loosely, because what happens when you start filling it up, when you start crusting up the pages and gluing stuff in, you can see I left a lot of room for growth. I don't know if you can see or not. I left a lot of room for growth. So when we're done, this thing is likely to be about that thick, but right now it's only that thick. But when we're done, it's likely to be about that thick. So to compensate for that, everything's put together loosely. But then between the signatures, this is the only other thing I did off the air. I taped the seams, and I did the same thing between the signatures. I just ran a big piece of masking tape between the signatures. Completely unnecessary. It's just something I started doing, and I like it. The other thing I could have done, I could have taken another piece of paper and I could have laid it across there and glued it down. That would have made these pages really thick, and it would have been more separated the seasons out. But that's it. That's the journal. The grocery sacks came from Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy. Grocery Ice Cream and Dairy. They're local to Oklahoma and North Texas. I think they might be in Kansas. And my good friend Pamela French sent these to me. She's a great friend. Anyway, that's what we made. That's what we've been making for the last 2 episodes. And tonight we're going to do the fall page. And because we make these out of newsprint, and it really doesn't matter, you can make whatever you make them out of. Even if you do a store-bought journal, there's still some page prep involved if you're going to use acrylic, because the acrylic soaks into the page. Where's my knife? The acrylics will soak into the page and make it hard to spread. And so I always gesso the page. You don't have to if you're using dry media. If you buy a journal, if you buy a sketchbook to use as a journal, and all you're ever going to do is use dry media or crayons, and you're just going to glue stuff into it, you don't have to do this. But I do this with this one, and then I have been known to use spray paint. I have been known to use flat white primer to do this. And this is probably the most exciting part of the show, is when I spread gesso on the page. And this, I'm not actually using anything called gesso. I'm using flat white house paint primer. I called the Kills Company one time, and we had a long conversation. I talked to their R&D people, because that's just the kind of guy I am. I talked to their R&D people about the differences between latex primer and acrylic gesso. And he told me he went to some website while we were on the phone, and he told me there's no difference. There's practically no difference. He said the polymers, it's still a acrylic polymer. He said the pigments might be different. He said, truth be told, the archival quality is probably higher in Kills, because that's meant to paint your house for however many years. So he said that there's no real difference. And so I tried it. That was 7 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. Anyway, this just basically just waterproofs the page. You don't want to put too thick of a coating on there, because then you put too thick of a coating on there, and then it provides too much texture. So you can put as many coats as you want. You can come back with, you could actually use acrylic gesso. I wouldn't suggest that you use the talc and rabbit fat that was the original gesso, but I mean, you could if you really wanted to, I suppose. I don't think that's journal friendly. But what else could you use? Gesso, spray paint, house paint. Oh, I have this golden absorbent ground. You put this stuff on there, and it makes it act like watercolor paper. I mean, there's a whole lot of different things you can put on there. There's all kinds of different gessos, all kinds of different grounds. You could put decoupage on there. You could coat it with plastic and then put another type of paper on top of it if you wanted a different paper quality. Let me dry this real quick. How's everybody doing? I have a few people in chat. There's a little bit of a lag. Not much. Looks like we're going pretty good tonight. Pretty well. Flipping mosquitoes are eating me alive. Hey, Pamela French, we were just talking about you. Artie Kunstvoleven. Great greetings from the Netherlands. Netherlands, how do you say it? And is it Artie? Or is it Artia? I feel so world renowned now. We have Artie Kunstvoleven. I have no idea how to say that and make it sound right. If I say it wrong, please know that I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm just she said yes. I don't know what she said yes to. I asked way too many questions in a row. I should learn with the lag. With the lag, I should learn to ask one question and then wait for the answer. But when I ask a whole bunch of them in a row and then somebody says yes, I don't know what you're saying yes to. My name is Claudia. Artie is my shop. Gotcha. I'm still going to call you Artie. You guys are too cool of a nickname to be going around being called Claudia. We were bragging about you, Pamela, because I was showing off my nifty Brahms grocery sacks. I was showing them up my nifty Brahms grocery sacks, and I was bragging about how my good friend sent them to me because I can't get Brahms in Oklahoma. So basically, you're just taunting me. I can still smell the hamburgers on these things. So, basically, she's just taunting me. So let's see here. What kind of background do we want to do here? Let's do. I don't know. Let's put a little bit of this on here. This is just liquid acrylic paint. Student grade. I don't typically teach. I really try. For the first, how many years have we been doing this? We started this in 2009, so 8 years, 9 years we've been doing this for 9 years. I really didn't intend to teach on this show. As a matter of fact, I've avoided as much as I can, simply because lots of people do that. Our goal here was just to inspire and tell jokes and entertain. We may make it back to that, but we've got this brand new journal. We can talk our way through our brand new journal. Where's my orange? And if we're going to have a brand new journal, I may need to get some more orange. So Amazon has buttons. I have buttons where I just click the button and it sends me new paint. That's cool. I like that. What's the biggest, fastest way we can do this? I miss my trowel. I had a big trowel for this. I mean, I could use this paint stick. Yeah, I don't have a shortage of paint sticks. I can use that. Let's lubricate it. Pamela said she laughing because she said she rubbed a hamburger on the sacks before she sent them to me. It's too long. It's too long to use at my table, so I'm going to break it a little bit. paint gets everywhere. Somehow, every time I do this, I end up with paint everywhere. I don't know how it happens. I think that'll work for the background. How are we doing on time? Almost 2 in the morning. It's almost 2 in the morning in the Netherlands. And instead of sleeping, arting, or making the sweet love, you are arting along with us, and that's awesome. I can't tell you how privileged that makes me feel, Artie. I cannot express to you how privileged that makes me feel. Let me dry this just a little bit. How are we doing on time? Good Lord, it's only 6:47. I'm sitting here rushing through this like we don't have any time. Let me dry this just a little bit. We used to cut the commercial. I used to show little commercials. If I ever figure out how to show commercials, I'm going to show commercials again. But I used to say, let me dry this a little bit, we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back. And then it would cut to a bumper shot. Of course, we used to have a musical portion too. I think we ought to reintroduce the musical portion because my guitar skills are fading because I've not been playing guitar. Playing guitar. Hey, I didn't have any easels. If you guys, while I'm drying this off, if you think about it, if you want to be a part of What's on Your Easel is going to come up in about 15 minutes. If you want to be a part of What's on Your Easel, send an email to blade@artisticbiker.com with the subject line Easel. And we will use your works to inspire other people, because that is why we are here. Okay, that's probably dry enough. Well, I almost put that right in the water. I probably need to figure out how to put my water someplace else. I need to put my hairdryer down here so that it can't fall into the water is what I need to do. I tell you what, I'm going to try. I may end up wiping this all off or starting all over or something like that, but I'm going to try to... sometimes this works out well for me, sometimes not so much. But the trick is to keep it wet. trick is to keep it wet. Let's get this big one. Wow. This is why paint gets everywhere. The trick is to keep it wet. That's a lot of paint. This may have been a bad idea. I don't know yet. It's a lot of paint. See if we can't get some of that paint back off of there. I don't know how I get paint everywhere. Somehow I manage. All right. Whew. I think that's... Might have to use a little more force to get those to cut through. Probably all I can do right there. You could probably, yeah, you could probably just dip it off the screen. Pamela's in the chat room. Can I borrow can I borrow some black paint? I could probably just dip it off the screen. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a good look at it. Because I've got that glare. I wonder if I turn this light off. No, that doesn't help. I just need to tip the book up is what I need to do. Let me set this real quick. I don't really need to dry this all the way. I just need to set it. Set it and forget it. This is what I need. I have fantasies about building a box with a heat lamp and a fan, and then when I get to this stage, I can just slide the book into the box and turn it on and let the heat lamp and the fan just sit there and suck air across it. Then we can go and do something else and come back and it'll just be dry. It didn't start off as a box for drying art journals. It started off as a way to dry my boots when I came in from the shop. And it was cold and wet. But then, since I don't work in the shop anymore, seems like a really good idea for an art journal. If you can't tell, I'm using alcohol on my page as we speak. Doggies. I'd probably be better off coming back and scraping the remaining black paint off. with a paper towel or something. Especially down here where it's really thick. Oh, sweetie. She says, a new project then, box building. Do you see the projects going on around me right now? Do you not see all of the projects going on around me? I have so many flipping projects going on. I've got it sorted out. My grandbaby, Unique with Chantier LaFontaine, came up just before the show and said, Grandpa, can I paint with you? And any other time I would have just said, yeah, but they're going to eat barbecue. But the problem is, it did take me 20 minutes to clear her spot off just to let her do it. That's drying up nicely. I think that's going to work fine for us. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine for us. It is really thick in this corner, that's for sure. Like I said, we can scrape it off. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to set it aside for a minute, and we're going to do what's on your easel. I don't have the boy here to sing. This book is not... I may have to glue another piece of cardboard to the inside cover of that. I don't know, it feels more like a paperback. So, if the boy were here, he'd sing... What's on your easel? What's on your easel? What's on your easel today? And then we would start showing off what everybody's done, what everybody else has going on. Please don't show that. Either that, or please don't show that angle anymore. Can I come organize your garage? Pamela, you're welcome to come over anytime you want. That complicated passcode there. Let's see what we have. Let's see if anybody sent... Wait, it was wrong email address. Let's try that one. Email. Come on, don't freeze up. Oh, we got an easel. Woohoo! So Pamela French sends in... These are just me playing with colors, but some fun with glitter. I just wish the glitter showed in the pictures. Glitter is the herpes of the art world. I love glitter. Oh my God, I love glitter. Glitter and be gay. Downloading. It's downloading. Well, I may be better off turning the Wi-Fi off. It may go faster. Or not. Riveting. Riveting entertainment. Paint. Where'd the paint come from? Good Lord. View. View. Please wait for message load. Here we go. Now it's loading. 10%, 18%, 24%. I could go on to something else, but the suspense is killing me. I gotta know. I gotta see it now. 42%, 48%, 54%. 60. I'm glad we're on this high-speed thing. I can complain about this high-speed thing, but this is way faster than a guy on horseback bringing it to me from North Texas. 84%, 90%, 96%. Guyman. Here we go. It's a pear. Woo, look at her pear. Okay, so the last time she sent us something, she had started the pear and she had drawn the grapes into the corner. Now she's added color to it. Look at that. That was worth waiting on, Pamela. It's gorgeous. Is it finished? Are you still working on it? Is it just a study? Or are you going to do it? Are you going to do it bigger? What do you tell us about it? I'll let the lag catch up to you. I'll let the lag catch up to you while we go through this other stuff. So I don't have a whole lot on my easels. I didn't go to figure drawing this week. Let's see. Friday night faces. Did I do a face on Friday? I don't remember if I did a face on Friday or not. Let's see. I've been trying to keep stuff in the same book. There's where I did Dee Dee. Okay, so there's my friend John. So yeah, I did a face on Friday, and then we have no, that was last week, wasn't it? Because I did the ballerina last week before that. So no, I didn't do a single face on Friday. I had a ginger friend ask me to do. She asked me to paint her as a mermaid genie coming out of a conch shell, and so I've got it started. I've got the idea down, but she hasn't responded to say that meets her idea or not. So we haven't gone any further with that. She wants it painted. She's a ginger, and she asked me nicely, and that's really all it takes. So, and then I have all these faces, and then here's Wednesday night's watercolor. I did not go to figure drawing on Tuesday, but I did do my miniature painting on Monday. So here's my miniature painting from Monday. And since we're going by the alphabet, can you figure out, that's the letter E. Can you figure out how? I'll let you think about that. I'm going to set it right there. See if you can figure out how those two pieces of candy work out to the letter E. And then my pear. Wait, is that the last thing? Okay, then I have a pear that I'm working on, and I've gone through two sittings with this pear. And it takes a lot of control for me to sit there and do light glazing detail work. Light glazing detail work. Oh, that's a good guess, Artie. That's really a good guess. She said eat it. You're close. Eat them. That's a good guess. It's not right. It's not correct. But this is the pear I started last week, and then Sunday, I'm only working on it on Sundays because it's about a 30-minute to an hour video that I'm watching, and then I come work on it. And so on Sundays, this is what I do. And it takes a lot of patience for me to sit there and do glaze work. And you can even tell where I didn't wait for the paint to dry before I came back in and started putting another layer on. And it takes a lot. And that's the whole reason I'm taking this online class, is to teach myself to slow down, let the layer dry, and go through it. And then the last thing I had was, I've been participating with Yama Art and her 29 faces. I don't remember the last one I showed you. I'm not going to flip through all of them. I'm just going to show you last week's. And so from the 21st on, probably the 20th on, because I haven't done tonight's. So from the 20th on, like I said, I'm not going to flip through and show you all of them because I'm saving that for an actual flip through. So the 20th was last Thursday, which I hadn't done in time for the show. So there's the 20th. There's the 22nd. There's the 23rd. There's the 24th. There's the 25th. There's the 26th. And there's the 27th. And then today's the 28th, and I haven't done the 28th yet. So, still working on the faces. Today's the 28th. Tomorrow, wait, is today the 28th? Today's the 27th. Okay, I lost track somewhere. How did I lose track? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, 27. What? Hang on. How'd I do it again? Somebody help me out. I don't understand. Math. Slow down. There's the 20th. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, 26. Tonight's the 27th because today's the 27th. There you go. Okay, so back to Pamela French. Pamela French answered the questions. Pamela French, this was, if you remember, this was hers. She said it's just a study in a journal. Oh, she says there's another one. Oh, it's a pumpkin. A little calabaza. Sweet! I'm glad you said something. Sweet! Okay, so she said it's just a study in a journal, and she's thinking about doing a large-scale still life with fruit and glass, and these are just practice. Okay, well that's cool. That's cool. So there's the pear, there's the pumpkin. That's what Pamela French sent in. The response to this, we're doing the alphabet, so we've got alcohol. We've got honey honey starts with B's. We've got C, because it's the C, right? And then of course there's Dawn. Dawn's the only one that really makes sense. And then this is E for M&M's. Because how do you spell M? M. M. How do you spell it? M. If you had to spell out M, how would you spell it? E-M. Pretty obscure. I don't expect anybody to get my humor. I can't tell you. At 2 o'clock in the morning, that was hilarious. When I was painting that at 2 o'clock in the morning, that was hilarious. So anyway, back to the art journal. This is not quite dry, so we're going to take a little break, and we're going to dry it real quick, and we'll be right back. You don't really go anywhere. I really am. I'm going to figure out how to put the commercials back in, because then I can string 3 or 4 of them together for a potty break, which is why I started doing it in the first place. So Artie, she's in the Netherlands, where it is 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's hilarious to her. Pamela French is rolling her eyes because it's only 7 o'clock to Pamela French. And Terry says, "Oh my God!" But Artie's laughing her a little heart out because it's 2 o'clock in the morning to her. Everything's funny at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna let that go. That's not quite dry. I'm gonna let that go because where we're going from here is that's not going to make that much of a difference. So I wonder what kind of colors I can mix up over here. What kind of color mixing skills do I have? Do I have any real color mixing skills? Sometimes I wonder. I used to do all this, and I may go back to doing this, but I used to do all of this in little, I don't have one to show you, little fruit cups. The little plastic fruit cups that you get at the, when you get a fruit snack. A bit of purple. I think just a little bit of purple. I probably could have been better off with blue, but I think the purple will get me there faster. Just a touch of black. Black is just so... The black is just so intense. It's a blue black, and so it cools everything off. You have to pay attention. Sometimes you get a red black, sometimes you get a blue black. And this is a blue black, and so it has a tendency to cool everything off when you use it. All of the colors seem cool to me, and they're supposed to be spectral, and they all seem cool to me, so you have to try to warm them up. I may have to go out and get some warmer colors. just because these all seem so cool to me. So let's get a little bit of yellow and white going, especially because the yellow's not opaque. I'm gonna throw in just a little bit of red. I got a lot of red on there, but I just need a little bit. Touch of the purple to mute it. Touch of the purple to mute it. A little more purple, a little more white. Didn't need the black at all, did I? Didn't need the black at all. I may eventually need the black. Well, I got a little black in it, so you wake up your boys laughing. Hey, when that happens. Alright, let's add some. Add a little bit of that to it. And now, I am going to come back in here with just a little bit more yellow. And then I think I'm going to add just a little bit of red to it, just because I hail from a colorful people. We don't need it. I just like the effect. Just a little bit. Right? And then, this is really where the black came in. Let's take that black. Just really make sure we have a nice edge on there. Just on this side. Now, if you've been watching me for any length of time, you know this is all going to get painted over anyway. Matter of fact, I may hit this with some spray paint to mute it and just hide it in the background. All right. How's that look? What do you think? You think maybe a little green? Maybe just a touch of green? It's hard to tell because, you know, the season is fall. We call it fall in the United States. I think they probably call it fall in parts of England too. Because, you know, we don't make up a whole lot of words, right? Let's just get a little bit. We just want to, maybe a hint of green. Oh yeah, just a hint of green. Because it's not really dead yet. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. There's a lot of green for just that, right? Okay, so let me dry this. So we call it fall in the United States, and I'm sure they do in parts of England. They call it autumn. Current meaning for autumn is harvest, or the end. We call it fall because leaves fall down. It's Herbst in Dutch, so it's harvest, which is Herbst is probably where the word harvest comes from. But you know, everybody says autumn is the more proper way to say it. Fall just means leaves fall down. Autumn is the more proper. Well, you know what? Autumn is Etruscan for dried up. So it's not really all that. It's not really all that hoity-toity, is it? When it really just means dried up. All right. Let's see here. I want some black. I want some black. I want some water. I want to come out the bottom of those stalks with some water and get some black, and I just want to can't talk. Artie. There we go. That's a nice effect. And then I am going to add in some green. Just a little bit of greenery down here at the bottom. Alright, I like it. I'm done with that. That's a nice background. Let's dry that. Halloweeny with that complaint. I love the Halloweeny season. Reminds me of another sketch I started with cornstalks and a scarecrow. How did you know where we were going with this? It's the fall page, right? It's like we're simpatico. Oh, she knows. Jack! She has to know because she said the word Halloweeny. Pamela's in the chat room explaining to Artie that I'm obsessed with Halloween. The RT already made a comment referring to it as the Halloweeny. So she knows. because I am the Halloweeny. I am the Pumpkin King. Actually, Jack's the Pumpkin King. Oh, let's see. Need some flat black. Need to put my mask on. Got down to the 70s here. It got down to 69 degrees last night. It only got up to 86 today. I had to get a hoodie. Right, I'm going to take this black. You won't be able to see this part because if I don't turn and I get it on the computer, and I don't like getting it on the computer. But I'm just going to mist it from the edge. If I were to show you, I'm aiming it right here. Just right across there. And I'm just letting the paint fall on the page. The idea being that I want to mist. Alright. I did kind of the same thing with the white at the top. I just let it fall on the page, and it's just enough to mute the page. Why is there a skin on the top of my coffee now? Ooh, there might be rum in my coffee. Alright, so let's see here. Let's see here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, that'll get us there. So the trick is seeing what I painted, what I drew on there. You can kind of see it because of that glare. You can probably see it better than me. I'm making English YouTube for you, Borg, tomorrow. Borg is both. Okay. There we go. Nice. Let's start with a nice gray where we can yeah, Daddy likes that. And then we'll give him, he's got to wear clothes, right? I mean, can't talk, Artie. Alright. I'm going to 10. turn that into some rope right there. And put some rope across there. Alright. Now I need some orange. I could make orange. I mean, I have red and yellow on the page, but that orange is, again, because my red, I don't know if you can tell or not, my red is a cool red. It's got blue in it. It's supposed to be spectral red. It says that it is spectral red, but when you mix it, I can see the blue in it. And so I can see the blue in it. And so when you mix it, it doesn't really make a very good orange. It either makes a blue, it either makes a I got a glare. So I don't know. I like these paints because they're easy to work with. I've been working with them for a long time now. Alright, now I need some yellow. Oh, and a little more white. Night, Claudia. Two o'clock in the morning. Proved to be a little too much for her. Can't talk. Artie. What's he doing? Oh, you know what he's doing. He's painting. Is Terry leaving too? Or is Terry... Oh, Terry's still saying bye to Claudia, and Claudia's saying bye to Terry. Alright, probably should have added some purple. There are a few who deny that what I do I am the best, though my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With the slightest little effort of my goose-like charms, I have seen grown men give out a shriek. with a wave of my hand and a well-placed moan. I have swept the very bravest off their feet. Yet, who will ever understand the Pumpkin King, the skeleton grin, would tire of his crown? Sorry. We're singing. We do that a lot. Oh, we were talking about that earlier too, weren't we? We were saying how we needed to add the musical interludes back because my guitar playing was getting rusty. I've got just enough glare here to make this difficult to see. I really miss, you know what I really miss is the pre-show sing-along. I really miss being able to play the music at the beginning. If I could change anything about YouTube, about this format, it would be that they let me play music and not start recording until I'm ready. But as it is, the minute I start broadcasting, it starts recording. And if there's a radio playing, going down the road outside, and the music shows up on the recording, then YouTube won't play it in certain countries. They'll list it as a copyright violation, and there's nothing I can do. There's no. And I used to pay ASCAP fees and stuff just for that very reason, in case there was incidental music, and because, we like to sing on the show. We used to pay ASCAP fees. But it didn't matter to YouTube. This is like painting candy corn. Can't talk. Farting. It's a lot like letting my son draw the cut the jack-o'-lantern. You think we need a big moon over here? Okay, let's make sure the moon is shining. Need some more white. I'm gonna touch of blue. I really need a touch of blue. Yeah. That has too much orange in it. Whew, just off camera. This thing, this stalk right here, is obscuring us. Is distracting. Makes it look like it's something it's not. Let's see if that's any better. Alright, now let's try it. Jumped out. Tried to kill me. What do you think? Might need some brush pen work. I love my brush pen. Might need just a little bit of brush pen work. Actually, I'll tell you what else it needs. Backlighting. Just a little bit of backlighting. Just something. Just to define this back edge. There we go. There we go. I don't know, what do you think? One more thing. What do you think about a little shadow under the hat? Ooh, yeah, that was good. That's a good idea. Yeah. Alright. I'm done. I'm done with all of that part. Let's see here. Hey, Kimberly. It's not even Halloweeny season yet. This is fall. I love my brush pen. I think I'm done with that. I think that was just enough definition. I think that was just enough definition. All right, let's get some journaling going here, because it's already 7:45. Autumn means dried up. Ha! Can you dig it? I like it. I think I need to define those letters better. Yeah, I probably need to define those better. Let me dry it. Let me make sure I don't get any paint in my brush pen. Shouldn't take much though. So, it is the kickoff of the Halloweeny season. There's some art challenges out there. Inktober, Drawloween. If you're going to participate in those things, I'd sure like to see what you do. There's the official Inktober and Drawloween, and then there's people like Romany who says, they're boring. I want my own Halloweeny stuff. And so she makes her own list. Can't imagine people that break the rules and just do what they want to do, right? Because, you know, it's not Halloween season, it's autumn. It's fall because leaves fall down. Alright. I'm done. This is where I'm leaving it. I may hit it with some spray paint, with some gloss coat or satin finish. Because a clear coat at the end, I have found with student grade paints, preserves the colors. Student grade paints, one of the first things that happens to student grade paints is they lose their color and they dull. Especially if you use a hairdryer to dry them. But you preserve them with a little bit of satin paint, and they stay nice and crisp. Alright guys, that's it. I'm calling it done. I could sit here and fuss with it. So, okay, the Halloweeny season's coming up. Let's talk about the Halloweeny season. Thanks Kia. Thanks Jack. Thanks for stopping by, Jack. Let's talk about the Halloweeny season. When I do the Halloweeny season, thanks Terry. When I do the Halloweeny season, I like to do things that are really scary. I don't mean like vampires and werewolves and things jumping out and bumping you. You know, I mean like bounce checks. I mean like the kid comes home from school and the refrigerator's empty and you're home alone with the kids. I like to do things that are really scary in my Halloweeny pages. So if you've got some ideas of what you think's really scary, let's go ahead and send those to me. Blade@artisticbiker.com, and you can use the subject line scary. If you'd like to participate in that, I'll tell everybody if we choose yours, I'll tell everybody where the idea came from. But I think that'd be fun. So be sure and get your ideas into me. I have a few ideas of my own. We have how many Thursdays are in October this year? Because we honestly don't care when Halloween is. We do the Halloweeny season when we want to, because there are only 4 Thursdays in October, and then Halloween falls on a Wednesday, and then Day of the Dead is on a Thursday. So we actually have 5 Thursdays that we can play with it. But, you know, the last one is Day of the Dead, not Halloweeny. Anyway, that said, be sure and tune in next week. Same Artistic Biker time, same Artistic Biker channel. And then we dance. And we dance until somebody says that they see us dancing. But I don't know if there's anybody still in the chat room to tell me that they see me dancing. I think Kimberly's still in the chat room, maybe. I don't know. Terry left. Pamela, did Pamela leave? No, Pamela did not leave. So somebody could be kind enough to tell me that they see me dancing. That way we know that the lag has caught up, and we know that nobody misses the announcements about the Halloweeny season, Scareloweens, and all the other cool stuff that's going on. And thank you guys so much. Kia sees me dancing. Peace out. Mwah.